Honored guests, lend me your ears. Long has our Fevrimond suffered, without a true monarch to guide her and her people. Decades have passed since last His Majesty Erland sat atop the Dragon throne. Long have we endured, yet it has not been for naught. At last, the bell has tolled on the age of the console. At last, we may celebrate the coming of our rightful ruler. The return of the sovereign.
My word! Such an inspiring visage.
Your Majesty shall have my eternal fealty.
Your Majesty, oh how long I have awaited this moment.
Behold, before you sits the rightful inheritor of the Dragon throne, chosen by the dragon as its enemy. Behold and rejoice! Fortune has delivered us our savior at last! At last! Praise be, for only the sovereign's guidance can lead us true. All hail the sovereign! All hail! Let all present pledge their allegiance to the sovereign. Let us be united in the hope that our liege's reign will ne'er end. Long live the sovereign of Vermont! Long live the sovereign!
Arisen, thou who wouldst slay the dragon, if thou seekest to behold this world in its true aspect, abandon thy reason. Cast aside thine heart and thy knife both. I ask thee to demonstrate thy will, for naught but thine ambition can alter the course of the rivers of fate.
Now, which one of you was it? No need to be shy. I've just got to take down a record of your name and face. Come on, step forward. Is it you? No? It is hard to say. If the pawn I'm looking for, are you the one then? Speak up, you good-for-nothing pawns. Which of you is it? Is it if the speak up, you good-for... Are you the one then? Aha, I thought I recognized you. I ill like that look in your eyes. 'Tis queerly brazen for a pawn. Most of your kind have eyes blank as a cadaver's. Mayhap 'tis only natural, seeing as how you rise from the dead. There's aught different about you, though. Could it be that you fear death just as we mortals do? Worry not, vessel. 3 days here, and you'll be longing for death's sweet embrace. Come along, you feckless dullards.
First, assess the field. Then
Time to be heading home.
Tired. So tired. Is there no sleep?
This is a bit much for me. I'd best head home.
Get a move on!
Do your injuries pain you? Pray, do not overexert yourself. This is no place for one of your ilk. 'Tis harsh beyond measure. Even we pawns are pushed to the brink. You ought not anger the overseer. Let us proceed to the site.
Let's make ready for the morrow.
I'd hasten home, were this not my
Time
duty.
to be heading home.
This place gives me an ill feeling.
Time for you to get to work.
You are prepared to work? Then you ought begin by carrying stones out from the station in the back and bringing them here.
I'd rather not draw steel if I can avoid it.
The vicinity is quite cluttered. Pray leap, or aught that poses a hindrance to you.
Mayhap I ought roll over and wait for the end.
A job well done. Now the next step is to... What is this commotion? Perhaps we ought to investigate.
No, the damn thing's been awoken. You but fell that fiend, even at the cost of your lives! Get me out of here! Now!
situation demands. Shields offer welcome protection from attacks. Boulders, barrels, and the like can make effective weapons for a clever combatant. When delivering targeted shots, I would recommend clinging to your foot.
Are you unharmed?
You ought flee while you can. After all, your charge awaits you. You cannot linger in this place forever. You have lost your memories. 'Tis surely the work of a fell curse, but worry not. You need only believe in your own destiny, Arisen.
God son it. The accursed creature escaped. Oh, you! Get back here! Quickly!
This way, Arisen! Come this way. Let us flee.
You must jump. It is the only path forward.
No one could survive a fall from this height. Not even a pawn. Don't just stand there, but shoot it down!
It's getting away! Bring it down! Bring it down!
Go now, lost soul. Learn all you can of this world you must protect.
Pray, keep your distance, Arisen. Worry not for me. The brine may swallow me whole, but I will not perish. There is a stone not far from here, known as a rift stone. Pray, seek it out. If you're truly the Arisen, then our paths will surely cross again.
Oi! Are you all right? What happened here? A griffin appears one moment and falls the next. And now you stand before me. Was it you then? The one who was riding on its back? 'Tis a wonder you survived. Accompany me to the stronghold. We'll treat your wounds and hear your story. Where exactly is this jail you say you escaped from, anyway? I've never heard of such a place. There's certainly naught like that here in Vermont. Could it be you were held in the neighboring country of Batal? Nay, I suppose that's unlikely. We've been estranged from Batal ever since the war. It is difficult to imagine any citizen of Vermont being sent there. Fie! Goblins! Let's take up your weapons, sir. You'll be needing it. Where are you going? I'll not force you to receive treatment. I'd at least like a word. If you find your strength, buy the curative or have a bit of green lunch. When one of the fiends comes in, best guard or dodge, else you'll be sore on the morrow. Make use of the slope. It will give you an advantage against their ranks. There are oft items to be scavenged from the bodies of monsters and their ilk. If you're not squeamish about picking at their bones, that is. Have you beheld the dragon as yet? I've not. I count that a blessing. All I know for sure is that 'tis a beast e'er more fearsome than a griffin. One need only look to the miserable state of the village of Melv to see that. We can but hope that the Sovereign will rid us of it ere long. Sovereign appears among the people and steps forth to challenge. dare say Vernon owes much of its prosperity to the sovereign who served the tour of time. Personally, I'm just glad to know we've got someone looking after this. Speaking of, 'twould seem fortune smiled on you this day, sir. You might have fallen in the water back there. And I can scarce imagine aught more tragic than finding freedom, only to be immediately engulfed by the bride.
Welcome, Arisen. We pawns have long awaited your arrival.
What is this? Pawns? They bend the knee to you so readily, but then... No. Surely you cannot be the Arisen.
You seek the Riftstone, do you not? We can take you to it. Pray, come this way. Before you stands a Riftstone. Tis a gate by which we of the Pawn Legion may cross o'er into this world. Pray, summon your pawn. Simply paint with your mind's eye the loyal attendant whom you would have serve you. Pawns are oft called nomads, for we wander between this world and the many other realms with which we are connected. I am no exception, and my experiences in these other worlds will doubtless be of aid to you on your adventure. 'Tis my privilege to accompany you as your loyal pawn, and I will gladly use the knowledge I gain to guide you.
Well, I'll be. A pawn summoning before my very eyes. You truly are the Arisen, then. Strange. I thought the Arisen was in the capital. Surely there's only meant to be one Arisen. Fie, this is all beyond my ken. The Watchhead would know what to do, I'm sure. Though, as luck would have it, he's away. I suppose we'll save any further questions till the Watchhead returns. You're free to do as you like afore then. What? You've no memories, you say? Mayhap you could make for Melve, then. 'Twas set upon by the dragon not long ago. The Arisen is said to bear some deep connection to the dragon. Should you be Arisen, mayhap you'll recall aught of import there.
Hail, Arisen. Pray, ask aught you wish to know. I shall answer, if 'tis within my power to do so. Nomads, we are oft called. Born in other worlds, we travel here by means of the rift stones that we might aid you, Arisen. However, I cannot speak as to our true nature, for I know of it not. None of us do. We do not need to. We merely do as we are commanded. Rift stones are gates that connect this world to a multitude of others. By their power have we crossed into this world, and when our mission is done, by their power shall we return to our own. 'Tis the name given to fate's chosen, those destined to command the Pawn Legion and safeguard the world from the threat of the dragon. Even with your memories lost to you, I am afraid you cannot escape your fate. Very well. May fortune speed you on your way, Arisen.
Everyone's as tired
What a
as
string
I am.
set to wait.
Fancy a gander?
Much for me.
I find...
A treasure chest. Shall we see if we...
Well met. Would that the gold would only rain down on my head. Much obliged.
Got to focus. My head will roll if aught goes awry.
There's a ladder here.
If you're playing at Arisen in search of preferable treatment, you'll be sorry. Your head is like to roll ere long.
Polish up my gear if I'm alright. Someone will buy it.
I've got wares of every ilk. I'll be gone on the morrow. Pleasure doing business with you.
As soon as my ship's
to let the captain see my names.
Fancy a gander?
Going out, are you? You sure that's a good idea? You seem rather unwell. You ought at least rest for the evening. There should be a spare bed in the lodgings yonder. Only don't go rushing off before you're ready. Take it from me. You're better off resting while you have the chance.
Hoy there. You seem well tired. Tell you what, you can stay here tonight free of charge. I'll expect coin from tomorrow, mind. My pa always used to say, there's naught a good night's sleep can't fix. Not much else I can offer, I'm afraid, but you'll find all sorts at a finer inn. Aye, being armed is better than being defenseless, even if you're untrained. Still, 'tis worth devoting yourself to a vocation if you can. Opens up new doors, it does. You should stop by the inn in Melve if you get the chance. No hard feelings if you prefer it. They've much more to offer. Aye, being armed is better than being defenseless, even if you're untrained. Still, 'tis worth devoting yourself to a vocation if you can. Opens up new doors, it does. You should stop by the inn in Melve if you get the chance. No hard feelings.
We must rest, though the sun is still up.
I've beds to spare if you're looking for lodgings. And if you'd like to change your vocation, come see me anytime. Always a pleasure.
I enjoy tackling fierce foes and prefer combat's thrills to gathering items. I am confident and may act independently.
We're running low on everything, from provisions to crafting materials for weapons and armor. We've had a hard time procuring goods, what with all the monsters lurking on the roads of late. I sent Marcus to gather what we need, but I've just taken stock, and I fear the list I gave him was incomplete. What say you? Could I trouble you to run an errand for me? You'll be paid, of course. Glad to hear it. Here, take this list of additional supplies to Marcus. He ought to be somewhere north of here. Hand him the note, and he'll take care of the rest.
Sets my thoughts.
Can't expect to fare so well if...
Hail, Arisen. Pray, ask aught you wish very well. May fortune...
You can count on me to fly to your aid in your hour of need, Master. Knowing when to use curatives is my speciality.
Leave the finding of equipment-enhancing materials to me, Master. I shall sniff them out and mark them on your map. Ah, good. I see the Arisen's found someone to handle our busy work.
I happen to understand Elvish, Master. I expect you'll find my talents useful should we encounter another speaker. If we share our strengths, we can begin formulating a strategy that caters to our respective skills.
Ah, yes, I know just where to find this person. Follow me. It seems we already possess what's required of us.
We have found a material.
I'm sure we'll find a purpose for it in due time.
That's everything assembled. A job well done if I do say so myself. Oi! Did you need something? This is from Sir Geoffrey, is it? Let's have a look then. Why? He wants these as well, does he? I thought I was finished. Why should I have to do all this on my own? I've got plenty to carry as 'tis. Say, your arms look free. You can handle that list in my stead. And make haste. I would depart for the encampment even a moment sooner. Well, go on. You know what to do.
We know what we're looking for, but not where it is. I suppose there's naught for it but to start searching. Could you come over here? Follow me, then. Unless you doubt my sense of direction. The items on this list can be crafted by combining certain materials, and I happen to know where they can be found. I can guide you to the vicinity of our destination, Master.
A guide is most welcome. Now we shan't lose our way.
Is this place bereft of beasts and brigands both?
I'll take the peace and quiet over a horde of enemies any day.
Shall we report back now? That's everything on the list. What say we lighten our packs by delivering it all to Sir Marcus? Person of import, I take it. Very well. I will lead the way.
You have our gratitude.
How goes it? Have you gathered everything on the list yet? Brilliant! I knew I could count on you. Here, take this for your trouble. I'll be heading back to the encampment now. They'll be expecting me.
Don't we have a report to make, Master? Now that we've delivered the items on the list, I suppose we ought to report back to Sir Geoffrey. I know where that person can be found, Master. This way.
A guide is most welcome. Now we shan't lose our way.
Might treat us to a roast tonight. Nodded off for a moment there.
Oi! Many thanks for passing on that list to Marcus for me. As I hear it, you even assisted him in gathering the supplies. I hope 'twasn't too much trouble. Anyway, you've been a great help. I hope I can count on your aid again should the need arise.
Our efforts have seen the encampment resupplied, and Sir Geoffrey with one less care. A good deed all round.
Splendid.
I find goods for sale.
Hail! You a soldier? 'Twould be a surprise to see you arrive in one piece if not. Hordes of monsters have been plaguing this area of late, you see. We've had to start sending out new recruits to cull them.
Is that so? Who went yonder?
Lachlan. But I dare say he'll fare all right.
Aye, I expect he will. Who was sent out that way, then?
Ocado. To be honest, sir, I'm a little worried for him.
What? Weren't harpies reported in that area? Thad can't handle those beasts on his own.
This is the first I'm hearing of it. Fie! I want to go to his aid, but we can't just abandon our posts. Say, you seem stout of heart. Would you be willing to go in our stead? 'Tisn't far, only a short ways out from the main gate. You've my thanks. And Ocado's as well, I'm sure.
We've been called upon to render aid. Let us make haste. Few can weather a harpy assault unaided. Shall we hasten to Sir Ricardo's rescue? I know where that person can be found, Master. This way.
You have our gratitude. Lead the way.
No sense letting the enemy gain the upper hand. The early griffin get...
Who are you? You come to aid?
Right where it hurts.
The next attack is no less purposeful.
Is that all of them? Yeah, you have my thanks. I do not believe for a moment I could have slain those creatures without your help. I've only just enlisted, and when I thought this could be the end of me, I was paralyzed. You saved me this time, but I won't always be so fortunate. I'll have to train harder, till I have the confidence to face such beasts on my own. Well, I'd best be heading back, but I'll be sure to let my superiors know of your good deed. I hope we meet again.
I suppose we'll be wanting to report back now. And here I thought I was leading the way. But I suppose your whims take precedence.
There will be other opportunities to lead. For now, let us follow. Let me get that.
Would you care to behold a forgotten rift stone, as yet undiscovered in this world? Then follow me, it isn't far.
We are none of us alike in vocation.
It is a tad inconvenient that we can't share equipment.
Let us utilize our individual strengths ever possible.
Too fast for you!
Dare I say it? We trounced our foe well and true.
No doubt, this triumph will spur us into the next. Our road was a long one.
Hail, friend. Many thanks for aiding Ocado. 'Twas a...
Aye, that it was. The poor sod might not have made it back alive had you not intervened.
'Twas a bit too early for him to be seeing actual combat. That much was made well clear. We'll be extending his training period. The instructors here are well known for whipping recruits into shape with their grueling regimes.
Speaking of training regimes, I must admit I've half a mind to ask you to join us. We could use someone with your experience.
Here, if you please.
Hold up.
Mayhap this ladder is here for a reason.
After you, Arisen.
If you're playing at Arisen in search of preferable treatment, you'll be sorry. Like it or not, I must go where duty calls.
Is there aught you require? I've beds to spare if you're looking for lodgings. And if you'd like to change your vocation, come see me anytime. Always a pleasure. I've beds to spare if you're looking for lodgings. And if you'd like to change your vocation, come see me anytime. Do come again.
Well met.
Come. Come to think of it, some masters rearrange their party at the drop of a hat. One such Arisen dismissed me after only half a day of service.
Each to their own.
Goblins, Master!
We need not shrink from danger. We've the strength to prevail and help.
A common reward. Frustratingly so.
We'll find a use for it, I'm sure.
Rally! Reinforcements have come to aid our foes!
Ingredients are plentiful hereabouts.
No harm in picking a few.
Have you forgotten something, Arisen? You're looking rather lost.
An impressive view. We can infer much of the lay of the land from here.
We are alone here, methinks. Perhaps we might stop a moment and find our bearings.
'Tis as you... say.
I've a knack for gathering items, and am ever on the hunt for new finds. I'll gladly try out any useful mechanisms I espy.
Really now, you mustn't shirk your duty. Lest you forget, 'tis the Arisen we serve here. Sleep magic!
Fuss over a moment's in caution. You shan't have a go. Perhaps you'd like to take care of the remainder.
Well done.
This is generally used as a material.
Different combinations of materials result in different creations.
I shall do as you say.
I'll collect that. You needn't trouble yourself.
Could you come over here? Follow me, Arisen. We're going this way now, I suppose. By your will.
The Arisen decides our path. We have but to follow.
Behold the state of the village. 'Tis a sorry sight indeed. The dragon truly is calamity incarnate. Mayhap a walk through the streets would help jog your memory.
Pitiable Arisen.
I've a selection of wares that's sure to please. If you're looking to buy, just say the word. Pleasure doing business with you.
Mayhap I've toiled long enough.
Hast thou forgotten thy destiny, thy charge? That is most unfortunate. But it doth not release thee from thy fate.
Can you hear me, sir? Sir, stay with me. Thank goodness. How are you feeling? This is the second time I've watched over you like this, isn't it? You do not remember? Then have you forgotten that you protected me from the dragon's flames? You withstood the fire in my stead and were well and truly charred. 'Twas terrible. I had thought your life forfeit. I could not hear the beating of your heart. But you hung on and by some miracle survived. Arisen? I'm afraid I don't understand your meaning. Does it have aught to do with why you were taken to the castle? They said 'twas so that your wounds could be treated, though I fear you have no memory of this either.
I am of the Border Watch. Someone with Arisen-like abilities came to this village, horn in tow. Know you aught of this?
Has he come for you? We are to part so soon, then. Mayhap you will visit me again someday. Till then, take care. Arisen.
Ah, excellent. You must be the one. You match my soldier's description. I'm glad I found you. The ruler of Vermont, currently convalescing in the capital, became Arisen here in this very village. If you claim the same, then word must be borne to the capital. I dispatched a missive before coming here, though I doubt the matter can be settled without your presence. Would you be willing to accompany me to the capital? If you truly are Arisen, you will be received with open arms. Oh, but forgive me. I scattered my soldiers in a bid to find you. I would not depart without them. We shall have to wait till they are reassembled. Come to think of it, Sir Leonard was asking after you as well. Mayhap now would be a good time to speak with him. Last I saw, he was having a drink at the inn.
We may benefit from pursuing the information.
There's a ladder here.
We ought to put it to good use.
These really are hidden in the most unlikely places, aren't they?
Our collection grows.
I'll have to remember to tell my own master about this. I enjoy tackling fierce foes and prefer combat's thrills to gathering items. I found a place with some useful materials for enhancing our equipment.
Have you some business with the apothecary, sir? Dreadful sorry if I was in your way.
Oh, no. I'm not lost or naught, sir. You needn't worry yourself. I'm an apothecary in training, you see. My family runs a little shop in Vernworth.
So when I heard tell of a medicine only to be found in this village, I thought I'd come and fetch some for us. Made the journey all by myself as well, if you can believe it.
But, well, as luck would have it, I've not enough gold for the medicine. 'Twill be a shame to return empty-handed after coming all this way. But what more can I do? What? You'd do that? You'd get the medicine for me? Suppose there's no harm in that, if you're really sure. Oh, sir, I'd be most grateful.
Seems my luck's not as rotten as I thought. I'll wait right here for your return, sir. And many thanks for your kindness.
We could make the fruit roborant ourselves, or simply purchase some at Rune's apothecary here in Melve.
Yes, of course. I see it now.
Ah, well met. Here for some fruit roborant, are we? Do come again.
Well met. You're the one who saved Ulrika's life, aren't you? She told me all about it. It was a very brave thing you did. I'm in your debt. Ulrika's as good as my daughter. Here, consider this a small token of my gratitude. Now, tell me, are you registered with a guild? Perhaps you already know this, but registering with a guild will grant you access to specialized training, which comes in very useful when pursuing a vocation. Well now, that won't do. You need only speak with the innkeeper to register. Go on, 'twill only take a moment. If there is aught you wish to know of vocations, mayhap I can advise you. 'Tis a vocation for those who seek to master the sword and shield. Fighters favor a balanced approach, excelling in both offense and defense, and can adapt to any situation. I am a fighter myself, and should there come a time when you impress me with your prowess, I might be willing to impart unto you some of what I know. Naturally, it is a vocation for those who seek to master the bow, an exceptionally useful long-ranged weapon. At close range, however, a bow is nary more useful than a walking stick. Aye, the secret to being a successful archer is maintaining distance between you and your foes. 'Tis a vocation for those who seek to master the mystical arts. Magic. Mages can cast a wide array of offensive spells and aid their allies with magical support. However, the more powerful the spell, the longer one must spend incanting it. Thus, a mage is unlikely to last long on the field of battle without allies to protect them. 'Tis a vocation for those who seek to master the dagger. Such blades lack heft, though this grants them the advantage of speed. Thieves favor light armor, which leaves them more vulnerable to attacks than those of other vocations. Their talents depend upon their finesse and ability to compensate for the length of their blade through sheer agility. Should you dedicate yourself to a vocation, you will find that new paths to master will open up to you over time. Try them as you like. Very well. There is no wrong choice in any case. It is entirely up to you which vocation you adopt. But I shan't take up any more of your time. Pray, be well.
Puts me in the mood for a song, it does. Here at the inn, we also offer changes of vocation for those who seek it. I get so few customers, you see, that I can manage both roles myself. But enough about me. Did you need something?
The safer the roads, the heavier my pockets. Always a pleasure.
We ought not tarry, but deliver what we have retrieved post-haste.
So this is where you've been. Come with me to the village entrance. The Watchhead's waiting for you.
What say we gather some information?
Hello again, sir. Say, have you brought some fruit roberant for me? Oh, so this is what it looks like. Brilliant. Many thanks, sir. I haven't much to offer in return, but I'll be sure to tell Grandfather what you did for us. He'll want to reward you proper-like, I'll bet.
My heart is light as a feather after that exchange.
To do. He really ought to have returned by now.
This might be worth a read.
Let's have a look then.
Is that you, Norbert? Oh, fie. I got my hopes up for naught. Wait, listen. Would you be willing to search for my brother? The brave fool said he was going to look for herbs and went off into the forest. I've seen no sign of him since. I'd go and search for him myself, only it is a dangerous place. Understand? I'm not afraid of monsters, but 'twould hardly help anything if I were to run in there unprepared and get myself hurt now, would it? So I thought, mayhap you'd go in my place. You look like you could manage those woods better than I. Please, sir, I worry for my brother. Many thanks. Right. As for where I think he's gone, go into the forest and turn when you reach the tree with the bird's nest, keeping the cliff to your right. This won't work, will it? I could see the route in my mind's eye, but my feet know it better than I do. I don't think I could plot it on a map, and it's hard to describe, but my brother and I are the only ones who use that path to my knowledge. I suppose there's only one thing for it. I'll have to show you the way. Just be alert. The monsters of the forest have changed since the dragon's attack. I'll need you to watch over me, keep me safe. You will, won't you? Right. In we go then. My life's in your hands, friend.
We must make haste if we are to arrive in time to assist.
Well met, sir. How might I be of service?
Always a pleasure.
Wish I didn't have to work to earn my bread.
Let's fix this up right. Ah, you've returned. Good timing, too. I have questions for you. First and foremost, will you accompany me to the capital? My thanks. Are you ready to depart, or do you need some time to prepare? Very well. Speak with me once you've finished your preparations.
It is quiet
I suppose there can be no harm in bringing this along.
We cannot expect gleaming treasures round every corner.
I will use this opportunity to gather my strength.
Seems naught ever goes right. This is a good spot. Let's stop here a moment. I've camped here with my brother many a time. No doubt he caught his breath here before moving on, same as us. Follow me. We ought press on, lest aught befall my brother. I don't like this place at all.
I grant your weapon a magical boon. One might confidently call that a resounding victory.
Overconfidence is an enemy in and of itself. Let us instead strive to better ourselves with every battle.
What bothersome boar put a chest all the way over there?
How might we approach it? Fine place to harvest some ingredients.
We could pick some now and use them when the need arises.
My curative magics are at your disposal. Hold to me, please. Just yonder looks to be a good spot for harvesting ingredients.
We could pick some now and use them when the need arises.
This is generally used as a material.
I'm sure we'll find a purpose for it in due time.
Goblins, Master!
We have no means of exploiting our enemy's weakness. Don't claim at any cost, Arisen. You have been doused in oil.
No dawdling. The Arisen calls.
I am well aware of the particulars. Let my magic strike with elemental
No sense letting the enemy gain the upper hand. The early griffin gets the worm, as they say.
Dry off as soon as you can. Prepare yourself. I grant you roaring flame.
Efficiency at its best.
Let us try for the same result with our next attack.
We are none of us alike in vocation.
One should think we'll be able to counter whatever comes our way.
We must each of us hone our skills. A jack of all trades is a master of none.
Having more of these to hand ought serve us well in battle.
What say we pelt one of the next foe we encounter? Look, Master, a treasure chest. We shall have to find a way to reach it.
Can anyone hear me? Please! I need help!
How boorish. An ill-mannered foe deserved what's coming to them.
If we lose our heads, we play right into the enemy.
Nicely done.
Nice of you to say so.
Splendid. I grant your weapon a magical boon.
regret this.
That's it. I'd thought I was done for.
Aye, it was a near thing. How are you feeling?
I think I'll be all right. But if you hadn't come for me, Thanks, Ian.
Save your thanks, Norbert. I'm your brother. And I ought to have come sooner.
From where I'm standing, all that matters is that you made it in time. Anyway, I'm eager to be rid of this place. Let's return to the village, shall we? The sooner the better. I've got to deliver these medicinal herbs to the people who need them.
Aye, you'll hear no complaints from me. Let's be off then.
We ought to avoid combat if we can. Our priority is to see our charge delivered safely. 'Twas a glad thing to find Sir Norbert in good health. Shall we get him back to Melve? Very well. I'll guide you there directly.
You have our gratitude. Lead the way.
Very useful ingredients to be gathered here.
I'll carefully conserve my strength and endeavor to survive every battle by way of sound strategy and defensive tactics. I shall do as you say.
Not like a feast to get you ready for bed.
I quite agree. Best we recuperate our strength before we set off again.
I'll serve with redoubled vigor this day. There is no telling what perils we may face. We must be ready to protect our charge at a moment's notice.
I trust we've all inspected our equipment.
Come, we've much to be getting on with.
I hope you slept well. Is this a challenge, Arisen, to see who can keep pace? 'Twas a glad thing to find Sir Norbert in good health. Shall we get him back to Melve? Very well. I'll guide you there directly.
A guide is most welcome. Now we shan't lose our way.
Come to think of it, different masters favor different pawns. One whom I served preferred to have beastrons for allies.
Back at last. That was an ordeal.
Aye, I'm exhausted, but I can rest after I've delivered these herbs. I'll be back soon.
Good on you. Just take care, all right? You wonder why I don't follow him? So long as he stays away from that forest, he'll be fine on his own. When my brother told me he was going to fetch those herbs, I refused to join him. Said it was too dangerous. What with the monsters acting strangely of late. And I was right. But mayhap none of this would have happened had I only gone with him. My brother is always the one taking the initiative, while I stand around with my hands in my pockets. But today's misadventure showed me that the path forward is the one with fewer regrets. We managed to save Norbert, and perhaps that's all that matters. Still, I can't help but wonder if I couldn't have spared him some of the pain and fear he suffered. If I'd only steeled myself sooner. So from now on, I'm going to trust in my own instincts. Ne'er again will I let fear stop me from doing what I know to be right.
Sarid was rather hard on himself, methinks. He saved his brother just as much as we did. Now Sir Gregor wants a word, eh? Hardly surprising. The Arisen's attentions are always in demand. Fret not, Master. I know precisely where this person can...
Make haste, then. We must leave anon. Very well. Speak with me once you've finished your preparations.
I've a selection of wares that... Sure to please. Hope to see you again.
Having more of these to hand ought serve us well in battle.
Let us take care when and how we put them to use.
This might be worth a read.
Shall we take a closer look?
Nightmares if I let myself worry
A few hours.
Here at the inn, I get so few customers, you see, that I can manage both roles myself. But enough about me. Did you need something?
Always a pleasure.
Twill near get done if I stand.
How might I be of assistance?
Well, you ought not strain yourself, not in your current state. Those burns could easily have killed you outright. I expect 'twill be some time before you fully recover.
Mayhap this ladder is here for a reason.
We ought to put it to good use.
I'm in your debt, sir. And you helped me learn a valuable lesson today. Ne'er again will I let fear stop me from doing what I know to be right.
Follow me.
Good day, sir. Whatever am I to do?
having trouble keeping up? No matter. I shall wait for you, as long as it takes. Here at last.
Make haste, then. We must leave anon. Good. Then let us be on our way.
It was a glad thing we rested when we did.
We must not let down our guard. Not that. Arisen, are you all right? I grant your weapon a magical boon.
Dare I say it? We trounced our foe well and true.
Overconfidence is an enemy in and of itself. Let us instead strive to better ourselves with every battle.
No sense letting the enemy gain the upper hand. The early griffin gets the worm, as they say.
Fine place to harvest some ingredients.
I'd say we collect as much as we can carry. I hope you weren't
well done.
Arisen, you are full of surprises. I look forward to performing my own part.
Now that is a surprise. I grant you roaring flame.
This is generally used as a material.
I'm sure we'll find a purpose for it in due time.
Come to think of it, we're all of differing vocations, aren't we?
One should think we'll be able to counter whatever comes our way.
We must each of us hone our skills. A jack of all trades is a master of none.
I shall heal you at once. Halt, if you please.
The Arisen is the lawful ruler of Vermund. So it has always been. To claim the title is to claim the throne. Yet, not all claims are true. Our kingdom sees many pretenders, and they are not dealt with lightly.
Regardless, do well not to invite my distrust.
You'll not live to regret this.
I did my best to match your skill, Master.
An obstacle blocks our way. Perhaps we might remove it by force. If a ranged attack is needed, you can count upon my aid. Might I be of assistance?
Guard all you want to. It won't make a difference when I've grappled you, see?
I'll go and open the chest.
Very well. I shall return.
Goblins, Master!
I suppose I'll handle this.
Let my magics grant you an elemental boon. We achieved remarkable synchronicity.
Our combined might is beyond any foe. Have you forgotten something, Arisen? You're looking rather lost.
Master, I discovered a treasure chest hereabouts during my last journey beyond the rift. Shall I guide you to it? Allow me to lead the way. I can take you to our destination by the optimum route. Pray, follow me.
And I shall remain by your side. An impressive view. We can infer much of the lay of the land from here.
We are alone here, methinks. Perhaps we might stop a moment and find our bearings.
I suppose 'tis so.
Hold here a moment. I shall bid them open the gate.
Who's that you've brought with you, Watchhead, sir?
An Arisen, by all appearances.
An Arisen? Another pretender, you mean? I see the Sovereign's ascension has done little to stop such charlatans from plying their trade.
'Tis uncertain. This one commands the loyalty of the pawns.
What? Impossible. You know as well as I do that there can be but one Arisen, and he's up in the palace.
I'm well aware of how preposterous the idea is, thank you. However, as I do not believe it my place to rule on such a matter, I will make my report to the capital. If the claim is false, we will be rewarded handsomely for our trouble. If the claim is true, however, who can say? All's been arranged. Come, let us pass through the gate.
Those recruits don't know pommel from point.
An ox cart was meant to meet us, yet 'tis nowhere in sight. Aught may have befallen it. Best we press on.
I suppose there can be no harm in bringing this along.
We'll find a use for it, I'm sure.
Really now? You mustn't shirk your duty, lest you forget 'tis the Arisen we serve here.
I'm well aware of that, thank you. Is this place bereft of beasts and brigands both?
If we seek monsters, we shall doubtless find them ere long.
You're well fond of picking things up, aren't you? What say we get some rest? I'm not sure I could face a trek with my belly so full. Our party is well balanced. I can see no weaknesses that might be exploited.
No challenge is beyond our combined might.
'Tis as you say.
place to harvest some ingredients.
Very well. I shall lend you my aid. You do seem to be in need of it.
No sense letting the enemy gain the upper hand. The early griffin gets the worm, as they say.
Use these flames to smite our enemies.
Tis a glad thing to rest on them.
We must not let down our guard.
I knew that I could count upon your strength, Arisen. Achieved remarkable synchronicity.
Let us aim for greater precision with our next attempt.
You're like to grow overburdened if you keep picking up every little trinket you find.
There's aught to be found there. Can you not see it?
We ought to take a closer look. A common reward. Frustratingly so.
We'll find a use for it, I'm sure. I hope you weren't expecting mercy.
Palumba is unconscious.
Quickly, Arisen! You must regain your footing!
One might confidently call that a resounding victory.
Overconfidence is an enemy in and of itself. Let us instead strive.
Well now, you've a keen eye. This is why I shall never tire of our adventures. Have you forgotten something, Arisen? You're looking rather lost.
I'll collect that. You needn't trouble yourself. Water is spilling through the cracks here. What could be the cause?
I grant you roaring flame!
Battle is best avoided here. have any hope of victory. We must employ every tool and tactic at our disposal. Arisen, are you alright?
It seems we've worn out our foe, and will not find a better moment to seize the brute's arm and bring it crashing down. I could use some help.
It seems we have enraged our foe.
A reckless opponent makes for easy prey.
I shall come at once, Arisen. Look here. Water is seeping through the cracks.
Would seem the ox cart's just arrived. You'll be riding in it with us till we reach the capital.
Goblins! If you value your life, stand and fight, wretch!
Steal yourself!
Goblins approach!
Quickly, Arisen! You must regain your footing.
Let my magics grant you an elemental boost.
If we mastered that attack, we would be invincible.
Seems we drove them off. Right. Back into the...
I was informed of your coming, would-be Arisen.
Captain Brandt, this individual summoned a pawn through a rift stone. Several witnesses can attest to it. Though I admit I had my doubts at first. 'Twould seem this is no mere deceiver.
This one's not a bad sort. Saved our hides on the way here.
As decreed by the great will of our world, there can only be one Arisen. That Arisen now resides within the palace. Indeed, he is our sovereign and the rightful ruler of Vermont. It follows, therefore, that this ruffian before us is naught but a pretender. You must submit to questioning. If you value your life, you will not attempt to flee. I shall conduct the interrogation myself. Stand watch outside. I beg your forgiveness for my insolence, Your Majesty. If the Queen Regent had learned of your existence, I fear your life would have been in peril. I had no choice but to treat you as a pretender, lest my actions draw suspicion from watchful eyes.
Then you have truly lost your memory? In that case, mayhap I ought to explain the situation before we proceed. You, and no other, are the sovereign, the only legitimate ruler of this kingdom. Some days past, you confronted the dragon in the village of Melv, whereupon you became Arisen. The people rejoiced, for our true liege had finally appeared, ending Ramon's long years of council rule. Yet, not all celebrated your coming. Your arrival would have robbed the Queen Regent Disa of everything. During the time of the previous council, she acted as a queen in her own right, ruling the palace as she saw fit. And just after the council's passing, when 'twas all but certain that her son would take his father's place, word reached the castle that the Arisen had been found. To Disa, your Majesty's very existence is naught but an obstacle to her own family's continued prosperity. The assassination of the Arisen is an impossible feat for mortal hands. Thus, Disa chose to abduct your Majesty while you recovered from your wounds, in order to rob you of your memory with a fell curse and sell you to Batal as a slave. Following that, she prepared a replacement to serve as the sovereign in your stead, a mere puppet. However, with your Majesty returned, I have no intention of twiddling my thumbs as Disa plays her games. I shall devise some plans to further our cause. Pray, visit me a night in the tavern that we might discuss them. This one's cleared of all suspicion and has my permission to remain in the capital. You are to trouble the good sir no further. Are we clear?
Does this depend upon my vigilance?
Times are hard.
Pray forgive me, I'm in a bit of a hurry.
Consign it! Get back here! You there! Did you see an urchin in a cap run past just now? Can you tell me which way he went? Many thanks. I'll catch that wretch yet.
You're a kind one, aren't you? 'Twould seem I am in your debt. In fact, there's aught I would ask of you if you've the time to spare.
Aha! There you are!
Oh, apologies, but our chat will have to wait. Till next we meet. Farewell.
I dream of owning a lot. How can I get
What's next?
How might I be of service?
This reader.
Stay here forever.
Have you need of me?
Fancy a look at my wares? Welcome to Bjorn's Armory. You'll find only pieces of the finest quality line these shelves. And quality is what you need if you want to survive. So before you check the price, just remember, misers die early deaths. Looking for a craftsman? I'm a master of my trade. Many thanks. I appreciate the business. Well met, son. How might I be of service? I've all manner of arms for sale. Come, have yourself a look.
Need anything? Many thanks.
Mayhap this ladder is here for a reason.
Perhaps new discoveries await us above.
Go on, have a look.
You are carrying far too much, Master.
I happen to understand Elvish, Master. I expect you'll find my talents useful, should we encounter the speaker. I dare say, I've accomplished a...
Leave the finding of equipment-enhancing materials to me, Master. I shall sniff them. Be well, Arisen. I'm not one for tearful goodbyes, but
I am attentive and loyal, and prefer to remain by your side. In battle, I shall follow your lead and prioritize support.
It will be an honor to serve by your side.
It is a pleasure to meet you.
I know precisely when a curative is needed, Master. You'll never fall in battle so long as I'm around. Delighted to meet you, especially if we share a
There is a rumor whispered among pawns that I have oft
Go on, have a look.
Pleasure doing business with you.
What should I get up to today?
Use more places like this. Not a care in the world. I know every place here.
That looks promising. Any ideas as to how...
Well met! You are come to Shakir's Inn, a place of respite for the weary traveller. You will soon forget the fatigue of a long journey when treated to the foremost hospitality in all Vernworth. There's trade to be had in times both fair and fell.
We must rest, though the sun is still up.
"'Tis dark out. But we mustn't let that dim our spirits.
Shall we check our packs and be off?
Feeling rested, I trust?
Oh, what does this say?
Shall we take a closer look?
Living's hard, but green's
The rules at your neck.
I've just recalled a little tidbit I heard from the locals.
Regarding the Vermundian military, yes?
Indeed. Tell is, there's been a shift in the chain of command.
But of course, Arisen. You may depend upon me.
Thank you, Arisen.
Oh, apologies, Master. My mind was 1,000 leagues away.
Your Majesty, your timing is impeccable. I just thought to call for you. "'Tis not a matter for prying ears. Pray, let us speak out here.
Where was I bound again?
As I informed you when last we spoke, the palace is filled with the Queen Regent's sycophants. Should Disa denounce your Majesty as a false Arisen, few would elect to doubt her. Yet if we are to prove your identity, I believe there is no occasion more suitable than the coronation. It was delayed so that the sovereign, that is, the false Arisen, could convalesce in the palace, but the date has now been set. The central players in the court ought all be in attendance. 'Twould be a fine opportunity to display your Majesty's power. None would be able to deny that you are the true Arisen then. There is a problem, however. Entry to such an event is limited to the chosen few. Only select members of the nobility and citizens who have contributed greatly to Vermont's continued prosperity will be granted entry. If your Majesty is to be counted among them, you will need to attend to a number of tasks. Pray, allow me to summarize them for you. The citizenry have called upon my soldiers to cull monsters that plague the land. I dare say, 'twould be a fine contribution were you to accomplish these tasks unaided. What say you? Might I ask for your cooperation in this matter? I thank you, Your Majesty. There are 3 locales that have seen significant trouble of late. The first is Trevo Mine, to the northwest. We've had reports of goblins swarming in great numbers. Next is Half Village, west of Burnworth. I believe soldiers have already been dispatched to cull an infestation of Saurians there. Finally, there is a call for someone to locate a group of soldiers tasked with delivering freight. They were last seen crossing the second bridge on the eastern edge of Vermont.
Off we go then.
There is much we ought to tend to if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. You will need to infiltrate the palace to gather evidence of Deezer's misdeeds. I hesitate to ask something so dangerous of you, yet I fear we have few other options. I have attempted to do the same through my own channels for now, though I have yet to uncover so much as a whisper of her plots. Would that I could undertake the task myself, but my station prohibits me from reckless action. What say you, Your Majesty? Might I ask this task of you? I shall ensure that the door to the Queen Regent's office is open between midnight and dawn. Pray use that time to conduct your investigation. There is much we ought to tend to if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim. Of all those who serve the Queen Regent, there is but one who I have no doubt will lend his support to your Majesty's cause. I refer to Waldar, a magistrate. Many a time has Deezer demanded Waldar amend the Code of Vermont to her own benefit. And many a time has the magistrate refused her, for he is loyal to none but the spirit of the law. As a result, he now sits in a cell beneath the palace. Our laws dictate that your Majesty is our rightful ruler. Thus, as the staunchest supporter of the law known to the palace, I'm quite confident that Waldor will be willing to vouch for your Majesty. What say you? Might you be willing to aid me in arranging the magistrate's release? I've prepared a means for you to enter the palace dungeons. Pray, take this. This mission demands the utmost secrecy. Prithee be cautious, Your Majesty. Should you be discovered, I will be unable to lend aught in the way of aid.
Wish. I shall return directly.
Welcome to the Star Drop Inn. We serve all manner of fine ales here. Shall I pour you a cup to start you off? Sit back, relax, and enjoy the finest brews in all of Vernworth. What a delight. Welcome to the Star Drop. We serve all manner of fine ales here. Shall I pour you a... Come back anytime.
There's a ladder here.
Ah, excellent find.
Weary at this hour, sir? You must have quite a tale to... tell. You know where to find me. This inspires naught but misgivings.